Welcome to DCLtalk Show on DCLRadio. Today is July 12th. We are into another exciting week of Detroit Cricket League. Before I introduce our special guests tonight and our regular analysts, I would like to thank the guys who did umpiring this week. Okay, after that, right away we will straight away we'll jump into our talk show. Vamsi, Durga Prasad, Sajid from Kites, Ram Saladi, Praneeth from MCC Miles, Sahil, Krishna and Bhimesh from DH, Dark Horses, Venkat, Jafar, Sasank from Safaris, Deepak, Rohit, Nikhil and Nikhil Bharat and Celestine Joseph from Panthers, Drumil, Ketan, Daksh, Viral from Rising Stars, Vignesh, Vinod from Pokris. I still miss a few more names here. Sorry, but you guys have done a wonderful job. Thanks a lot. With that, let me introduce tonight's guests and our regular analyst. First, let me welcome Imtiaz, our regular analyst. Welcome to the show, Imti.
Hi, Jagan. Hi to all the listeners. Welcome to another exciting week of DCL.
Okay. And we have two special guests here substituting KK and Jasneet Singh. Welcome, VeeJay, captain of Dynamites.
Hello, Jagan. Good evening. Welcome all the listeners to another eighth and most exciting week coming up. So happy to be here.
Yeah, you must be very happy after beating Strikers. So definitely a great week for you. And let's welcome the most decent captain and leading one of the best teams in our league. Also very underrated all-rounder in our league, captain of Knockers, Arun. Welcome to the show.
Hey, hi Jagan. Thanks for inviting to DCL Radio and hi everyone.
Okay, let's straight away get into our first game of the night, which Imti may not like the result. The first one is Blazers versus Glads. Imti, before we get into this game, if you guys have to play Glads in the playoffs, how confident you are beating this team?
To answer your question, at least at this point of time, I think after the game last week, we won't be that confident, but definitely we would want to improve on our shortcomings and get ready by the time we go to the playoffs, we reach that stage of playoffs and have some confidence and momentum going in our favor.
Okay, now the game.
Yeah, going into the game, Blazers versus Gladiators. Glads were obviously the favorites in this game. That was even evident in the predictions last week. If you look at the game, we won the toss. Blazers won the toss when we elected to bat. No hesitation there. But unlike our other games in this season, we did not get off to that good start or flying start, I would say. And we lost a few quick wickets very soon. And then we had a little bit of resistance, a third wicket partnership between myself and Hari. But after that partnership was broken, there was absolutely no kind of, I would say, resistance from any of the other guys. And I was batting at one end and wickets were falling regularly at the other end. And there was this one over where Taif got 3 wickets and we never got back from that situation. I think this is like the second time that we are losing wickets in a streak. If you remember, you were umpiring one of our games and you remember that hat-trick over, and this was somewhat similar. It's not a hat-trick, but 3 wickets in a 1 over always kind of dents the batting side in any format. And we never could really recover from that blow. And in the end, we only could muster up 78 runs. Batting performances, 22 runs from myself and Hari 19. Barring these two scores, no real contributions in the batting, and maybe that let us down. If you look at Glad's bowling, Taif, pick of the bowlers, 4 wickets for 14 runs, and then Vaibhav, 3 wickets for 13 runs. Absolutely brilliant bowling performance from them, completely a complete performance from a bowling perspective, I would say, after their last game. And I think they came back with more zeal and wanted to win this game at any cost. And I think that showed up in their bowling also. Going halfway into the game, looking at a score of 78, I think Glads were pretty confident. We did try to make some changes in our bowling attack and try to do some things, but they just went after our bowling, and they never let us let any of our bowlers settle down. I would say, like, every batsman who came into bat, like, were scoring run a ball and were easily scoring. We got a couple of wickets, but then the score was too low for us to put any kind of pressure on them, and they just walked away with the game very easily, getting the 5 points.
Okay. The next one is Avengers versus MI Rangers, and the honors goes to VeeJay. VeeJay, can you walk us through?
Yeah, so I think this was supposed to be a pretty important game for MI Rangers because they are currently standing fourth in their group, and where they have Glads and Indus coming up in the next 2 weeks. So getting this win really is a good thing for MI Rangers. They want to come back into playoffs again, and they have to beat one of those teams. But I think overall, MI Rangers' complete performance with the bat and the ball. The Avengers, they had only two batsmen in the 10s, but then rest of the things their bowling took care of. Again, MI Rangers is always a good bowling unit, and happy to see them bat also, only losing 4 wickets in 12 overs. They kind of hammered Avengers. So, both Adityas in MI Rangers gave a good start, and in this ball, when you have a good start, I think it's always easy to, chase any total. So they exactly followed what the doctor said, and they got the 5 points, which is critical for them. And I think they have to beat at least one of the good teams upcoming, either Glads or Indus, if they want to really qualify for the next round.
Okay. Very well said. The next one is Indus Thunders versus Detroit Bulls. Before I go to Arun, I just would like to give a stat here. There are probably 5 teams that are unbeaten as of now, if you take out these rainouts, all that stuff. Out of all these 5 teams, 3 are in your pool. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, walk us. Give us your thoughts on Indus Thunders versus Detroit Bulls.
Yeah. So if you come to this match where Thunders, they won the toss and they elected to field first, I wonder, I think they choose this option, maybe Manoj Singh and Dinesh, they were not on this match. Okay. And I expected this match will be very close after seeing Bulls beating Gladiators in the previous match. But once again, this Indus Thunders, they proved that they're one of the champions team, and they won convincingly even without having their 2 main players like Manoj and Dinesh. And Detroit Bulls, they have to put aside the result of this match, and they have to go positive for the remaining games to make it to the playoffs. And for Thunders, they just need to continue their winning streak and challenge other teams. I think I think there is no batting support for the Detroit Bulls except Suju, and for Thunders, I think Rahul. He did very good bowling by taking 3 wickets for just 9 runs.
Okay.
And also very good contribution from Chetan and Madhusudan.
Do you guys have a game against Thunders?
No, we do not have.
So somebody you can't miss, right? Everybody has to play with everybody.
No, they're in a different pool. Yeah, Nakas is in Pool B, and Thunders is in Pool A. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't play so far from last season.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. The next one is Warriors versus Troy Hawks. Imti, your friend Warrior.
I wish Jesse was here in the show to talk us through this game. I'll try my best to give a brief analysis of this game. I was looking at the scorecard, and I saw this interesting fact that Troy Hawks won the toss and elected to field. I'm not sure what the decision, what the criteria was for that decision, but DCL has been a league where you win the toss probably 99% of the time you bat first. But again, just going into the game, Warriors took that opportunity of batting first and I think posted a huge score of 133. They made full use of the 25 overs batted throughout and made sure they had a big total. Their start was decent, not a very blazing start, I would say, but I think they kind of started to a decent start, but then lost a couple of wickets. At one stage, they were 29-30 for 5. Actually, it is a slow start, I would say, comparatively to if you see Warriors batting lineup, they're like very attacking in the first few overs. This one, contrastingly, 30 runs in 12 overs is a very slow start, I would say, for their caliber. But then I think the turning point was when Hemant and Jasneet got together, 80 runs partnership between them in 10 overs, and that completely changed the context of the game. And I think the scoring rate was absolutely very fast scoring, where Hemant, their number one player, I would say, after Jesse, scored 84 of 55 balls, including 9 sixers. And if you see such stats, that you can easily imagine like how devastating of an innings that could have been. We were in the next round playing our game, and we were hearing like claps and shouts like every every alternate ball or some. And like I can imagine like when you are hitting 9 sixes in an innings, that would have been like very heartbreaking for the opponents. And I think, like I said, Hemant and Jasneet, even though Jasneet's contribution was low, but I think the partnership was very crucial. 80 runs and got them back on track and gave that momentum, and eventually helped them get that 133 in 25 overs. If you look at bowling for Troy Hawks, good, decent bowling, 2 wickets each by Sandeep, VeeJay, and Dhanraj. But I think they also went for few runs, and the economy rate is like a little on the higher side. Going halfway into the game, 133 chasing, Troy Hawks might have had a little not hesitation, but I would say doubts. We're chasing a high score against the likes of Warriors bowling attack, and rightly so. I think they lost their openers very quickly in the very first over, both the openers, and from there I see the scoreboard like not big partnerships or not fluent scoring from that point, and eventually they ended up 53 all out in 14 overs. 14 overs getting all out, I would say, like they did not even have any chance while chasing, and obviously the scoreboard pressure would have added to that, and they folded up at 53. So a very easy win in the end for Warriors. And looking at the bowling figures for Warriors, I don't see their regular bowlers, but I think even this bowling attack had that quality of picking up wickets and getting the opponents out for a low score. So in the end, very easy win for Warriors, and 5 points in their kitty. And another thing to note here is like very happy for Jesse to be back in the ground and be part of DCL again after his injury. So welcome back, Jesse, and congratulations.
It's completely one-man show. Hemant B scored 84 runs, and Troy Hawks, they scored 60% of those runs? 53, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, so 60-70%.
Yeah. The next one is Tamil Pasanga versus TCS Stallions. VeeJay, this is another great
one.
Fastest 50.
Yeah, it's Tamil Pasanga. I think they didn't get a good start, but when you are chasing such a big total, and Shan was hit for fastest 50, from what I know of, 59 runs. I think Stallions is standing number one again in their pool, and this time I think with the addition of new people like Drew has given their bowling unit a little bit of boost compared to last year. So this is going to be one of the tough teams. They haven't lost any yet, so watch out for Stallions. I think in Tamil Pasanga, to be positive, I think there was a 7th wicket partnership. of 27 runs and 36 runs, which is pretty good. Somebody coming low down the order and at least taking Tamil Pasanga to a decent score. But apart from that, I think Arjun, who hit the century, he didn't click. So that was one of the drawbacks. I think this is a new upcoming team. I think they will, start winning once they have the pieces in place. But for this time around, I think Stallions is, going to cruise through these teams with their batting strength and bowling strength. And if you look at the overall stats for Stallions, Shan is 151, Ishan is 71. Rest of the teams, I don't know if they have not played enough matches. It's just they are so far distant in scoring. So the bulk of the scoring is by Shanawaz and Ishan for Stallions. So if any team wants to, take note of it, if you can find out a way to get Shanawaz out, you have a pretty good chance, I would say. So, but again, this was an easy win for Stallions.
Okay, so even though Tamil Pasanga lost, I think they are doing good for a rookie team in this. Is what
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because 104 runs against Stallion attack is always good.
Yeah. The next game is Risers versus Mustangs, Arun.
Yeah, Jagan. So this match, Mustangs, they won the toss and they elected to bat. I felt that Mustangs should have scored some more runs after opted to bat first. As everyone know in this new DCL ball, right? Everything under 40 is not a good score, and it's very difficult to defend any score which is less than 80. Okay, and all credit goes to Sandeep and Vidyasagar and Bharat, who took 8 wickets among them and restricted Mustangs innings under 40. I know this is first DCL season for the Mustangs, and they're still getting adjusted to this T-ball. And Risers, they played very well in all the aspects, and they didn't give any opportunity for the Mustangs to even get that bonus point. They got all their 5 points with this match.
Yeah, see, we can't even say hard luck Mustangs because it's not at all a good performance in terms of DCL standards, and probably
and especially with this ball, right?
Yeah, especially with this ball. Only excuse could be they are new team. Yes. That's the only excuse they can give. And the next game of the night is TCA Knights versus Rockers, Imti.
Yeah, Jagan. So this game again, looking at the scorecard, I was a little surprised that Rockers won the toss and elected to field. And I think TCA Knights took again full advantage of batting first, quoting that huge score of 139. So any score above 100, 110 in this season is a very good score, like we have been talking about it. And I think TCA Knights has gained a little bit of momentum after their last week also. Like they were winless for the first 4 or 5 games, and then after that they played against Avengers, won their first game, and then taking that momentum and confidence into this game, I think finally their batting is coming together. 139. If you see the scorecard, 2 standout performances. Pradeep Kondreddy, 47 runs, and Rajesh Periyanagam, 30 runs. I think that was a crucial partnership in their innings also. I think they had a partnership of around 50 runs in the middle, and that helped their cause in posting that huge score of 139. And if you look at the bowling figures for Rockers, I see 3 wickets each by Sushant and Ravindra Shetty. But still, again, if you look at the economy rates of the bowling, I see like at least 3 or 4 bowlers with more than 6 runs per over, leaking runs at that rate. And with this new ball, I think it is not that bad, but still, like if you look at the scores, at least 139 is a huge score. So, but Rockers also having a mixed season so far. They have won some very good games, and they have had a few bad games. But looking at their batting strengths, I would still think they might have had an outside chance after that first half. They tried their best. They got to 97 in 20 overs, but I think they lost wickets in quick succession in the middle, and their only big assistance came very low down the order when Harsha and Jijesh came together for the eighth wicket, which was too late into the game, I think. And if you look at the bowling figures for TCA Knights, Raghu Adoni and Pranish picking 3 wickets each, and I think if you look at the other bowlers too, they were like quite decent and not leaking too many runs. In the end, Rockers might have had an outside chance if they played the entire 25 overs, but you never know. Like with the huge scoreboard pressure, always a tricky when you're chasing huge scores. So, but in the end, I would say hard luck Rockers, because they were having a real good chance this season with their surprise wins in the middle. But now I think they'll have to really struggle and win all the remaining games to make it the playoffs. So hard luck Rockers, and TCA Knights with their momentum, if they keep continuing, I would think they have a realistic chance of making it to the playoffs. So hopefully we'll see some good games from TCA Knights in the upcoming weeks.
Okay, the next one is FCC versus Raptors. Raptors dominated this game. VeeJay.
Yeah, so if you look at this FCC team, they have consistently scored runs. If you look at their stats, they have scored more than 100 every single game. And that's a really good thing. And this they made sure they played 25 overs. But the start with this T-ball against, any bowling, I mean, you need to have a little bit more faster start. I mean, I see Rahul played and Ranga played the opening, but they had they played like 34 balls for 13, 28 balls for 5 runs, and KK 24 balls, 8 runs. It's not the typical start that you would expect, but again, I have played Raptors, and they have one of the best bowling units in the league. So can't complain, but 100 is a good total. But again, there is something lacking in FCC bowling that has allowed teams to walk past any score easily. So I think there is something that Vamsi has to think of what to do with the bowling unit, because currently right now it's not clicking. So all their bowlers went for runs. Raj and Rahul and Pradeep, they just walked away with an easy win in 16 overs. So this is going to be one of the tough teams, or good teams that will compete in the playoffs. So, and they are loaded bowling and batting. So it's going to be really nice cricket. With this, especially with this ball and with this hitting power, this is going to be one of the teams to watch out for.
Okay, before I go to Arun for Knockers game against Lions, I have a quick question for you guys. Do you guys consider Legends as a rookie team? VeeJay.
No, I don't think Legends is rookie team. They have played in all playoff teams, like most of them from Pokhris, and they all play leather ball. They play multiple tournaments here in Detroit. So they are well seasoned team. I don't consider them as a rookie team.
Tag rookie, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are just seasoned players from other teams. I mean, they have the good balance of batting and bowling, and they play together in all formats. Like Vayu, they play together in FCC. They play leather ball together. So the key team chemistry is the key for winning. And they have that chemistry going on right now.
Okay. Imti, do you consider them as rookies?
Technically speaking, like VeeJay said, I think rookie is a wrong term here. But yeah, because all the players in the team have already played with T-ball or any other leagues also here in Michigan. So I think as a team, technically they are a rookie team, but if you look at the cricketing aspect of it, no, they are not. So they are an established team, I would say.
What do you say, Arun?
Yeah, I will go with VeeJay and Imti. I definitely say they are not a rookie team. as many of their players, they already played many of the DCL tournaments itself. Okay, they are playing from long time, and also they play together with many other tournaments. Okay, so it's just a team name that is rookie, but not the players.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I think even KCC also falls under the same category, if I'm not wrong.
AECC, Karnataka Eagles.
Karnataka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Karnataka Eagles, I think, Jagan, except 2-3 players, I think most of the players are rookie. Okay. I think we can consider KCC as a rookie team.
Rookie team. Okay. See, I was about to ask, when you compare Legends with KECC, I still consider, I had high expectations on Legends and KECC before they joined our league, based on their past performance in different leagues. But somehow KECC is not living up to the expectations. That's what I felt.
Yeah, the problem is KECC, we in other tournaments like KECC, like many other players from different DCL teams, they play together and they'll play as KECC in other tournaments. But this tournament, since many KECC players who play in other tournaments, they'll play with different teams in DCL.
Yeah.
So, for example, we have Puneet and Kishan from KCC. They play for Knockers, and Teju, they play for FCC.
So,
in simple words, the KCC that we know from other. Sorry.
That's the beauty of DCL. The real strength comes out in DCL. Okay, with that, I'll get into our next game, Lions versus Knockers. Arun.
Yeah. So, for this match, first I would like to say, Jagan, I'm feeling like for us, like DCL season has started now only. Because if you see, first 8 weeks, right? So, 2 games washed out for us and 3 umpiring weeks in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Coming to this match, Lions, they won the toss and they opted to bat first. Even we wanted to bat first because we had Mata who traveled from Pittsburgh to play this match, and we wanted to give him some batting practice before crucial matches coming. Lions, I didn't expected Lions, they'll get all out under 40, because if you see their batting performances in their previous match, at least they were consistently scoring average score of 100. Okay. They had a pretty good batting unit, but all credit goes to Suyog and Deepak, who bowled really exceptionally well by taking, I think Suyog took 5 wickets for just 7 runs in his 4 overs, and Deepak took 3 wickets for just 4 runs.
Okay.
And if you come to our batting, I think if you see, we lost 5 wickets for just 35 runs. We had a good start, but after that, after a couple of wickets went, we wanted to give some batting to the tailenders. So that's the reason we lost 5 wickets.
Okay, so you experimented.
Yes.
Okay. See, let me ask you a question here. How confident you are of winning the cup this year?
It is still. I won't say that we will win the cup. Every team will come with an intention that we will win the cup. Even we wanted to win the cup this year, but it's all luck in the playoffs.
Okay. Okay. I don't like to put a lot of pressure on you with that question. Okay. Being a guy with a lot of more, I know you want to maintain a low profile always, but yeah, I can take that answer anytime. The next one is, Dynamites versus Strikers. I think as of last week, Strikers were unbeaten, and when we are talking about when we are taking predictions on this game, I think only one supported Dynamites, remaining all supported Strikers, I guess. think it's right, Imti, or is it 3-0?
No, it was 2-1, and that one prediction was from me again.
Okay, VeeJay. I
Yeah.
mean, I think you should start this game thanking Imti.
Yeah. Again, this is one of the games that we wanted to continue the momentum from the Warriors game. So again, the game against the one that we chased 100 and the MCC miles. I think that was the confidence boosting games because we were at a stage, we won't win, but then again, we held our nerves. The batsmen played well and chased it. So going into this game, my clear message for the team is to, just not lose wickets up early. And looking at the stats of strikers, I decided I want to chase them in case if I win the toss. So luckily we won the toss and put them into bat because I know their batting unit is little struggling. They have really good bowling unit. So I know if we can get them out, put a little pressure, there's a chance we can win this game, and that's what exactly happened. I think Karthik, he bowled, and Venkat, they were the key wicket takers. So with good bowling up front, our message to our top bowlers or the fast bowlers is to not to go for wickets, but try to put pressure and contain the batsmen, and then we can get the other bowlers get involved and get the wicket. So so far it's working well. So I think overall good bowling performance, and then batting we stick to the plan, and we lost a couple of wickets in the middle, but then we didn't let the game slip away like the previous years. So again, I don't want to brag about my team, but I think this was a good effort, overall all-round effort from all the 11 players.
Very good. So basically, you mean to say you're putting emphasis on fundamentals of the game.
Yes.
Okay, keep it simple and win. The next game of the night is Canton 11 versus SSK. Arun, I thought SSK will give a very good competition here. Till last week, they have been scoring consistently at close to 100 runs. Your thoughts, Arun?
Yes, Jagan. As I told you for the previous games, where if you are batting first with this new DCL ball, you have to score minimum of 80 runs to have any chance to defend. Okay, but I think Canton Illinois, they bowled they really well, and to restrict SSK to under 50. And one thing, if you notice Canton Illinois bowling card, there are two identical figures. Okay, I think two bowlers bowled 5 overs, 10 runs, 2 wickets, and two bowlers bowled 5 overs, 11 runs, 2 wickets. Okay. And again, one guy, he bowled, I think 1 run, 2 wickets he got. Okay, so all 5 bowlers, they got 2 wickets each. Okay. I would say it was very good bowling performance from Canton Illinois. And if you score 40 and against the batting team who has Najid Bhai, it is very difficult to defend.
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And I would say
I have a question on this. It says 18 overs, but how come they have bowled 20.5 overs?
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, Jagan, I think we need to have this scorecard, right? I see there are a lot of discrepancies with the scorecard that they enter. Okay. So they just enter the batsman name and they won't enter the fielders who bowled, who caught. Yeah.
I think all these are considered as incomplete, and they'll get their fines. Is what I'm guessing right now. The committee is keeping an eye on all the scorecards. Anything that is not right, there will be a fine. Okay. Sorry, I disturbed you. Carry on.
Yeah, I see that Cantoners, they really have chance to make it to playoff this season. If you see now on the current table, they are on the fourth spot. I feel they really have very good chance to make it to playoff this season.
Okay, you think they have enough potential to make it to playoffs? Very good.
Yes.
I hope they are listening, and I'm sure they are going to thank you a lot. See, it all depends on how Pokeries and Panthers are going to play from now on. And see, frankly, even this team is really good. Knight Riders.
KRCC. Yes. They beat Falcons last game.
Yeah, that's going to be a scary one for Falcons. FHCC versus GLCC. Imti.
Yeah, Jagan. So going into this game, GLCC I think was picked as the favorites for this game, and rightly so. We look at the result, and GLCC had a very huge win against FHCC. GLCC winning the toss, selecting to bat, no surprises there, and I think they posted the second highest total of this week's team totals. After TCS Stallions 180, I think 159 is the second highest team total this week. Thanks to batting contributions from Ashraf, Ajit, and Roshan, I think it was a solid middle order performance by these guys, and that just laid the platform and helped the team to score that big total. Ajit would have missed his half century. Unlucky, got out 3 runs short. But I think the mainstay of the batting, Ajit, along with Ashraf and Roshan, like I said, bulk of the scoring. Adding to that 20 extras from FHCC. Like when you have the opponent scoring as well as you giving free runs to the opponents, then I think it's a very bad combination, and that shows in the scorecard. 159 runs going. And then if we look at the bowling figures also, Mohammad Junaid 3 wickets and Syed Ishraq 2 wickets, and then other bowlers just going for runs all over the place. And I don't see much improvement from FHCC from the last few games, where I think they are kind of going on to the downside. I think they've played 7 games so far in the season, and they haven't got that momentum yet, where we are almost like way past half the season. So the time FHCC needs to get back to their basics and start winning games. Not to be harsh on FHCC, but again, like I see an incomplete scorecard here again with their batting, and yet another. I think this is the second time I'm seeing FHCC not having a scorecard posted. So I hope the committee is listening and even FHCC is listening. So I see GLCC's bowling figures here. Good bowling by Pradeep and Jeet Singh, 3 wickets each. I don't know what to talk here, but yeah, they got all out for 80 runs in 23 overs. With such big score chasing 159, I think they needed a very good batting performance and a quick scoring performance, but unfortunately they couldn't do it and they lost the game. So congrats GLCC and hard luck FHCC.
Okay, the next game of the night is Falcons versus KRCC. VeeJay, do you think it's a shocker or is it something?
Interesting thing, right? If you look at Falcons, who won the championship in 2012, and you look at their bowling, you will find the same bowlers ball last game. So, the years have passed, but the Falcons team still remains one of the best bowling attacks, right? So KRCC, I think what I talked with Falcons folks in the evening game in FCC, and they said they had a very good unit, KRCC, and they played extremely well against the Falcons bowling attack of Maksud, Venkat Vadnala, so one of the best bowling units, right? One of the veteran bowling units. I think this one was veterans versus a little bit younger guys. I think that's where the run chase becomes much easier for KRCC. It was a much closer match than what we see on the scorecard. Yes, 24.1 overs, but then talking to folks, they said it was a very, very good run chase from KRCC. The middle order was very strong, especially Kundan, Satish, Ashish. Like the four guys in the middle, they stayed there and then made sure that they crossed the line. Again, if you look at Falcons bowling, Maksud, Venkat, Vinod, Raghutari, Siddharth, it's one of the best, one of the good units you will ever see. Still, they went for runs. I think kudos to KRCC on winning this game and chasing such a big total against a very good Falcons bowling attack. But they said it was not a easy game. It was a very, very close game.
Yeah, so what you said is correct. It is a very, very close game, but there's only one guy who changed this, Onkar Dombe.
Yes.
He scored what? 22 runs
in 6 balls. Yeah, so they needed 20 runs, I guess, in 2 overs. So this guy hit 3 sixes in an over.
In an over. I think that was against
Venkat, I guess.
Is it? No, I thought it was Siddharth.
No, I think it was against Raghutadi, 2 sixes again.
Oh, Raghutadi?
No, Siddharth. I think so. Okay. Siddharth, I see. Yeah, I didn't. Again, this scorecard doesn't have how many sixes.
How many numbers say how many sixes are scored is not recorded here.
That's okay. Yeah, I think so. That was the crucial over. I talked to Sai and he said 2 overs. They needed 20 runs, and then this guy came and hit like 3 sixes in that over.
Okay. Our next game of the night is Agni versus Indus Bowls. Imti.
Yeah, going into this game, I think Agni has finally started to get games. I think they had 3 games that were washed out or abandoned, and finally when they're getting games, I think they're picking up that steam and momentum going into the season. If you look at this game, Indus Bowls, one that was selected to bat, did the right thing there, I think, but fell short. I would say comparatively a bad batting performance. If you're looking at the scores this season, 71 is actually below par scores, and I think 71 in 22 overs, I would say is a very, very a bad batting performance. I don't see any standout performance in the batting except for not even I only see 2 double-digit scores here. Yashwant 12 runs and Raj Sehgal 11 not out from 34 balls. I can imagine he might have had to stay at one end trying to save the wickets, and in the process the scoring rate might have dipped. And if you add the 16 extras from the opponents, I think that helped them to get to that decent score of 71. But in the end, against Agni and their batting lineup, I think 71 is too short of a total. And rightly, to prove that point, I think Agni just went all guns blazing in the very first over. And once that onslaught started, I think Indus Bowls never recovered from that. If you look at Agni's batting, they lost 2 wickets. But then Naresh and Moon got together and made sure they didn't lose any more wickets and chased down the score. If you look at the scorecard, Agni's batting, they scored 72 in 9 overs. So that can tell you how fast or how quickly they scored their runs. And that was one dominant performance, I would say, from FCC Agni. And Indus Bowls, I think they have played only 5 games so far. They have 7 games remaining, and if they want to make to the playoffs, I think they will need to win most of their games from here on. And Agni, I think, is on a roll and is going to be one of the playoff teams from this pool. So good luck, Agni and Indus Bowls, for their upcoming games.
Okay, very well said. The last game of the night is Bruce versus Brownstone. Arun.
Yeah, Jagan. So if you see this match, right, it is expected that Brownstone, right, they're never going to take any chances with any other teams after losing their two previous matches. Okay, and Brownstone, after losing the toss and when they put into bat, I think Rashid Bhai had his heart in his mouth after losing 5 wickets, quick wickets in the early in the innings, which includes Talal. Okay, I think middle order and tailenders, they batted really well, and they were able to achieve the score of 150. And once you get this score of 150, there is no way to look back when you have a bowling attack like Talal, Mansab, and Mujahid Bhai. And I would say hard luck to Blues. I don't know why after winning the toss they elected to field first. Okay, I would say hard luck to Blues and congrats to Brownstone. I think Brownstone, they have to win all their matches to have the chances to make it to playoffs from here on.
Okay.
I would say all the best to both the teams for rest of the games.
Okay, with that we completed all the analysis part. Let's get into the most important segment of predicting next week games. First game of the night is Detroit Bulls versus Legends. VeeJay, what do you say?
It's going to be another good game. Both teams are well balanced, and I think Legends have a slighter edge based on their bowling unit, so I'll pick Legends.
Okay, Imti.
Yeah, this would be one cracker of a contest, I would say, and Pool A will be watching this game closely because this kind of decides or helps the teams to make their progress towards the playoffs. Looking at the head-to-head, I would give a slight advantage to Legends based on their performance, recent form. So yeah.
Okay, Arun, what do you say?
Yeah, I would go with Legends, Jagan, by seeing their recent performances in DCL.
Good, it's 3-0 Legends then. Okay, the next one is Knockers versus Pokeries. Arun, I'll skip you from predicting this one. Okay, I know you're going to pick Knockers. So, VeeJay.
Again, one of the, again, it's one of the finals repeat, right? So it's always going to be a good matchup between Knockers and Pokeries, and I'm sure Pokeries, after their couple of losses, they want to bounce back. They are a little bit away from the top 5, so this is a good test of their character to come back and win games. I think Pokeries can do it. They just have to stick to their basics against and play exceptionally well against Knockers, who are on the top of the list. So again, I it's very hard for me to pick, but given the bowling attack, I'll pick Knockers.
Okay, Imti.
Yeah, just looking at the current situation and the form perspective, I would go with Knockers. But at the same time, I would like to see Pokeries come back and give a statement going into the season. I think they need this win more than ever, because if they want to stay in this tournament, I think this is a very crucial game for them. So
Okay.
yeah, in predictions wise, I would pick Knockers, but I would really like to see Pokeries come back.
Okay. Yeah. The next game of the night is FHCC versus Panthers. I think I'm giving 3-0 to Panthers. Any objections here? I hope no. Okay. The next one is Knight Riders versus Kites. I think Knight Riders 3-0. Any objections?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Lions versus Tamil Pasanga. This is going to be a cracker of the game. And I'll start with VeeJay.
Yeah. So again, we just talked about Tamil Pasanga. They are an upcoming team. They are, they have the unit that can power or they can falter. So it's either hit or miss with them. So I'm hoping to see Arjun again to come and consistently hit some big knocks and help Tamil Pasanga to get a win against Lions. Again, Lions, they they always have the good team. It's just they are not clicking for the last 2 seasons. So I'm going to get the benefit of the doubt to Tamil Pasanga on this one.
Okay, so you are picking Tamil Pasanga. Okay.
Yes.
Imti.
Yeah, this contest between at least at current standings, the bottom two teams of the pool in Pool B. Lions having a bad run, but I think in this game they will come back and beat Tamil Pasanga. So this game, I'll give it to Lions.
Okay. So the decider is Arun. Arun.
Yeah, Jagan, I will go with Lions. Why I'm saying is like Lions compared to, because we have played against both these teams. Okay, compared to both these teams, I think Lions have good balance of both batting as well as bowling. But if you see Tamil Pasanga team, I think they're a good batting unit. I think except one bowler, I think all other bowlers are average, I would say.
Yeah, I saw
So by considering this, I will go with Lions.
Lions. Okay, 2-1 Lions. Canton 11 versus GLCC. VeeJay.
Yeah, I think GLCC, and good to see GLCC, in again starting without losing. I know you guys had a Rajkumar, so that is going to be a good boost for your team. I see he didn't bat, so I was a little puzzled to see him not bat in the last game. So I'll go with GLCC.
Imti.
Yeah, I think it will be GLCC all the way.
Okay, Arun.
GLCC, Jagan.
Okay, Jagan is always GLCC.
Yeah.
Okay. Avengers versus Brownstown. I think Brownstown 3-0. Any questions here? No objections, right?
No.
Okay. Mustangs versus Safaris. This is another. It's going to be another cracker game of rookies. VeeJay.
Yeah, I haven't seen both Mustangs or Safaris play, so if I'm just going to pick one, I just pick Mustangs because the name sounds good to me.
Okay. Good. The next one, Imti.
Yeah, again another clash of the bottom of the table holders, Safaris and Mustangs in Pool C. I think I'll go with Safaris for this game, just based on their runs scored versus runs given stat against Mustangs. So Mustangs have conceded more runs than Safaris.
Okay. Arun, what do you say?
I'll go with Mustangs, Jagan.
Okay. I think Mustangs have better team than Safaris is what I'm guessing. But anyways, it's going to be a great contest. Raptors versus MCC Miles. I want to say 3-0 Raptors, but somehow, my heart is not saying that. VeeJay.
Yeah, so MCC Miles, they are a very good unit. They are a very good batting unit. From 1 to 11 can bat. Especially played against them a couple of weeks back. They really have the talent there. This is not, they have really upgraded their batting. But when it comes to bowling, I think that's where they need to find something a little bit more to contain the runs, because Sanjay is not bowling for last few weeks. I think he has some injury or something like that. But the other bowlers need to step up. We can't rely on one or two bowlers. I think the 5 bowlers have to bowl if you're going to beat Raptors. And Raptors, they are vulnerable too, right? They either they can hit or they can all miss. So again, the trick for MCC Miles is to come back strong, is to try to restrict Raptors if they bowl for below 80 runs, and try to play a patient game and get the win. 3 runs and over against Raptors is possible. It's nothing impossible with MCC Miles batting attack. So Karthik Bupuri, he needs to start playing more. They have, as I said, playing them. They have really, really good batting unit. It just their bowling needs to step up. So here I'm going to pick Raptors just because of their track record.
Okay. Imti.
Yeah, I'll pick Raptors, and I think after this week they'll just jump onto the top of the table. Raptors.
Okay, Arun.
Yeah, I'll pick Raptors, Jagan.
Okay, the next one is Dynamites versus Indus Bulls. I'll skip VeeJay here. Imti.
I'll go with Dynamites. Just looking at the team balance and the momentum going forward. Like I said in my analysis for Indus Bulls game, I think they're lacking that extra edge or the factor of winning games. So I think once they start winning, they'll be a better team. But at this moment, I would go with Dynamites.
Okay. Arun, what do you say?
I will go with Dynamites too, Jagan, because if you see Dynamites, they have won couple of good games, and Indus Bulls, I think they're yet to win a good game. I think they won only against average teams, but Dynamites, if you see their matches, I think they won couple of good games. So with that, I will go with Dynamites.
Okay, I hope VeeJay is very happy with these predictions. The next one is FCC Agni versus Rising Stars. VeeJay.
I'll pick FCC Agni on this one.
Okay. Imti.
Agni.
Okay. Arun.
Agni. FCC Agni.
Okay, cool. Risers versus Warriors. I'm guessing Warriors 3-0. Any objections there?
No.
No.
Okay. The next one is Gladiators versus Dark Horses. Gladiators 3-0. Any objections?
No.
Okay. The next one is Indus Thunders versus TCA Knights. Again 3-0 Thunders. Any objections? Yeah. Okay. The next one is Blues versus KECC. This is going to be very, very interesting game. Another cracker is what I'm guessing. VeeJay, what do you say?
Yeah, I think this is a good game for both teams. KCC, they're slightly down the table. They only have won one. Blues have won two. So I think this will be a close game, and I'm going with KCC on this one.
Okay. Imti.
Sorry, you said Bulls versus KCC, right?
Yeah.
I'll go with Bulls.
Blues.
Blues.
Okay.
Oh, Blues. Sorry, that's what I was like confused because I thought Detroit Bulls already.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Blues versus KCC.
Okay. Arun.
Yeah, I would expect KCC to come up and want to win this game because I have a lot of friends in that team. I want them to perform, and definitely this is a game for them to win, and I would go with KCC.
Okay, brotherhood love there. Okay, with that, we have predicted all the games of the night, and we will conclude the show with the last words from all the analysts tonight. VeeJay.
Yeah, so again, this is one of the important weeks for a lot of teams, and I'm hoping good luck for every single team. Again, with this ball, my advice is to keep scoring runs, because if we want to play like the previous year balls, I think it's not going to help. So any team that wants to win, try to be a little more aggressive up front, because there are runs to be scored, and especially with fast bowlers, you have the potential to score runs also. Especially this year, if you see, the number of fours and number of sixes are kind of equal, which has never happened in previous years. So that tells you that, this is going to be a batsman league for this year. So stay there, stay calm, and be aggressive, guys.
Okay, Imti.
Yeah, yet another week of interesting matchups. I'm definitely sure that there will be like high scoring games this week, and we have seen like last week, even this week is very crucial for the playoff spots to get those momentum, to get the momentum going, and kind of secure your playoff spot. So I think many teams will be closely watching the games this week and playing some important games also. So I would wish all the teams all the best, and hope to see some cracker of games and high scores in our next week's analysis.
Arun.
Yeah, nothing much, Jagan. Now I think all the teams know how to play in this year's table. I just want to say all the best to all the teams who will be playing this week.
Okay, and with that, we will conclude tonight's show. Before I conclude this one, thank you, VeeJay, and thank you, Arun, for coming to the show in a very last-minute notice. And thanks a lot, Imti. Keep listening DCL Radio. This is DCL Talk Show.